we'll see what happens, because this is potentially the last champion select of the series, because Fox is looking strong.
And you said it, looking at these teams' records going into this game, Echo Fox Academy 11-7, Team Liquid Academy 14-5. Those of you who have the quick maths out there will recognize those don't add up to the same number. Echo Fox playing 18, Team Liquid Academy playing 19. That's because TLA won the tiebreaker for first place. This isn't a team that didn't deserve the spot that they got in the regular split. They definitely played the games and got the wins. But now that they're into playoffs, it seems like they're having a little bit of trouble getting started, making sure they can translate those victories there into victories on the stage. Now going into this third game, no Cho'Gath ban from Team Liquid Academy. Now they are blue side, so they still could first pick it, but they've banned away the Swain. They saw what Demonte did on that one in the second game. They will also ban the Caitlyn and the Galio, just like they did from game number 2. Echo Fox Academy banning out the same 3 picks they did in game number 2 with the Riven, with the Xayah, with the Olaf, and the first pick from Team Liquid is that Sejuani, keeping that one away from Odd Orange.
Interesting. I know that, you know, we talk about Ryze being this fantastic champion that's first pickable, but they banned Swain instead of Cassiopeia here, and that means that Demonte would get to play that Cassio into Ryze, which is a favorable matchup, and one of Demonte's best champions is that Cassiopeia.
Yeah. Dude's scary on the Snake.
Yeah, but he's going to pick up the Ryze here, which means Mickey will play potentially the Cassiopeia on the other side, which is the matchup we saw from game 1.
So Ryze and Tom Kench locked in for Echo Fox Academy. TK actually with the 100% pick rate so far in this series.
Same with Ryze. He's been picked every single game, and this is Echo Fox Academy. Think back to game 1. They had Tom Kench and Ryze in the same round when Olaf was their first pick. So their second and third were Tom Kench, Ryze, semi-global composition. They used it very effectively to go towards things like Baron and start them up very quickly and rotate. So we saw them open up the map and play as a team.
That rotational power can't be underestimated if you've got the coordination to make it work. Team Liquid Academy, though, they're switching around again, sort of like what we saw in game number 2. They picked some of the picks that Fox Academy used in game 1. They're going to pick those now. What Fox had in game number 2, they're going to be using. I kind of like it's the it beat me in solo queue, so now I'm going to pick it and win with it type of approach. We've all been there before. Team Liquid Academy recognizing that these Freljordian champions have quite a bit of bang for the buck, as they also pick up the Ezreal, a nice evasive AD carry. We saw Shoryu get caught out multiple times in game number 2, so having a bit more mobility on that AD carry might be able to keep him safer, as Echo Fox Academy picks up the Skarner for themselves, going back to sort of that run-at-you fighter style of champion as opposed to that pure massive tank CC team fighter that you saw in the Sejuani and the Zac.
Yeah, he actually ended up playing the Olaf in game 1 and was against the Skarner, so we have not seen him on this champion just yet with the Sejuani taken away. And now these bans coming out here.
Cassio and Azir banned away by the side of Echo Fox Academy. 2 of those matchups that you commonly see played into Ryze. Mickey will not be allowed to play today. We'll see what the final ban is from Team Liquid Academy. They can still ban the Cho'Gath away. They have targeted top lane with their first of these 2 bans so far, getting rid of the Scion.
They banned the Yorick previously.
And they'll ban it again.
They ban it again.
Cho'Gath available. Echo Fox Academy picked it here in game number 2. They can definitely do that again. It seems like as long as that Riven is banned away, Alorum is having no issues dealing with whatever else is in Viper's arsenal. He's taken down the Gnar. He's taken down the Gangplank. 2 of those carries. They didn't feel the need to ban the Gnar away this time like they did in game number 2.
Yep. And
there you go.
Cho'Gath comes through. You get to see that top lane matchup again for Viper, and it's just kind of been flailing left and right. Is the GP going to come out again, and they're just going to try to run it back?
Okay. That's what they're thinking right now. It wasn't the pick, they say. It was how we decided to play it. You lock that one in again, you're confident that Viper can make the win happen this time. There was an error in execution last time around. The plan was solid. That's what they go for. But now, what's the last pick? What are they going to grab for that mid lane?
Well, with Azir and Cassiopeia both banned away, Mickey's going to have to go towards something else here. Victor is a big throwback for him. Went through a lot of different champions there. Anivia was the one he hovered for a very long time. Would add a lot of wave clear and stall potential for a composition that's looking to go a little bit later.
But the thing is, you don't have the Kog'Maw this time around. You don't have that hyperscaling AD carry. You've got the Ezreal, which traditionally has problems in terms of games that go too long. So we'll see how that sort of works out for Team Liquid Academy. You ban one bird, they'll pick the other bird. Grabbing the Anivia for the mid lane, as now Echo Fox has one more pick to make, and they'll be putting Lost on the Ashe again. They don't even need to have 5 other AD carries banned away. Lost on this champion seems pretty comfortable.
Yeah, seems comfortable on it. That was 2 bans and then 1 takeaway. And so, yeah, he's just going to go after it. The Varus, you know, something that he didn't really want to go for, more engage potential. And right now, TL, one thing about their composition that they had last game was that they had the Tahm Kench and the Zac, and then it was Kog'Maw, Ryze, and GP as their carries. And now they're looking at a little bit more self-sufficiency for the AD carry, so the Ezreal can kind of self-peel. The Anivia will build a little bit more tanky early as well. And so they have the Sejuani frontline, they have the Braum frontline. I feel like this is a composition that they're not going to suffer from the same issues where the Zac dives in, now your frontline is all the way in their back line, and then only the Tahm Kench is there to protect the Kog'Maw. You have a little bit more people who are going to play as a frontline as opposed to dive.
I also like, from the Gangplank pick again, going up against a Skarner, Remove Scurvy does cleanse the Skarner ulti. Remove Scurvy removes everything in the game, including suppresses. It's just like a QSS. So being able to get out of that will make Odd Orange's job a little bit harder if he's looking to bring down that GP as this game goes on, as he has that Skarner ulti up and ready to go. But remember, Team Liquid Academy, there's no more room for error. You cannot lose another game. You've already been given 2 strikes. If you get that 3rd one, you're out of here. And Echo Fox Academy makes a hell of a statement, punching their ticket to the finals.
I mean, they said they belong there. They're going to have to prove it here. One last game for them to actually do that and punch it in. But they get 3 more chances if it doesn't happen this time.
Yeah, Team Liquid Academy really wants to stay afloat in this one, but you've got to rally. You've got to make sure that the first 2 games don't matter. Forget about those couple of games. That's not important right now. Whatever sort of issues you had, whatever sort of frustrations are lingering there from those, you've got to let that go, mentally reset yourself, and be ready to address this game as what it is, because right now, this is all that should matter to these 5 players.
Absolutely. And TLA, one thing you kind of have to get out of your head is that it's triple match point for Echo Fox Academy. Yeah. That is so daunting, where even if you
can't think of that. Absolutely
even if you do well in this game, you still have to beat them 2 more times in a row, and you have not even come close to beating them in your previous 2 games. You have to absolutely dominate them and find some type of weakness in this game that you can continue to exploit. Because so far, it hasn't been champion select that they've been able to exploit.
1 step at a time. 1 foot in front of the other, inch by inch. They'll eventually try to claw their way back into this series. But it has to start here. Remember, we've talked about seeing some problems early on, especially around the bottom part of the map from Team Liquid Academy. That's what I'll be specifically looking at this game to see if they can fix that up a little bit. As Viper and Hard flexing those muscles in enemy territory here, saying, all right, it's time to go all in on the level 1 Odd Orange.
Making sure the Spire.
Hard here. Yeah, they're trying to... Remember, Skarner is essentially a big old melee minion at level 1 without his Spire. He's really useless, and his Q does 22 damage if it's not empowered. It does 44 if it is. The cooldown's still pretty long. Hard and Viper are trying to waste their time here, but they're wasting their own time as well.
It also means the Ryze has to walk back and forth if he wants to help. Valorum's just going to actually zone, and that's well played there. That's going to slow Hard down so much.
Hard has to now go back into the jungle. They slowed Skarner down a little bit, but remember...
Oh, it's even worse for Sej.
Yeah, Sejuani doesn't have as good of a clear as Skarner does. Skarner's one of the best clearing junglers in the game right now. The Spires just make it so efficient and so effective. And now, chat, I call on you once again to answer the question, will Echo Fox Academy get a 3-0 sweep? Spam the chat with yes or no. You don't even have to type in team names this time. Just one of the most basic words in the English language. Let us know what you think, whether you're in YouTube or Twitch chat.
Wait.
We want to hear your opinion.
Whew. I was like, Hard, he almost messed that up because at least, and he had to smite the...
Okay, that could have gone bad.
Yeah.
But you guys let us know, yes or no, is Echo Fox going to win this game, make it a 3-0 sweep? We'll check in on your responses in just a moment. Remember, the first game, 60% of people were on the Team Liquid side. The second game, 45% of the people were on the Team Liquid side.
Them Mark Z flip-floppers.
Oh, okay. It's gone up significantly. 75, settling in a little closer to 72, 73 now, but an overwhelming majority now supporting Echo Fox Academy.
Flip-floppers. Getting some fans here today. Well, maybe it's not flip-flopping. Maybe they have just changed their opinion based on new information that they have processed.
Flip-floppers. Odd Orange moving into enemy territory saying, hey, remember when you came to my side of the jungle? Favor being repaid right now.
Exactly. Wait, that's a lot of damage.
Vicky's saying, remember when you came over to harass my jungler? Favor right now is Papa Chow. Spits him over the wall, and Vicky is going to be turned into the egg. They can't quite fight the damage. Lost goes over the wall now as well. Papa Chow looking to escape. It's not a kill for Echo Fox Academy, but they do blow the passive. Papa Chow in some trouble, needing to flash over the wall. The wall from Mickey, and first blood goes over to Hard.
Woo! This has been a party all game long. It's 3 minutes, 4 minutes in. Top lane, they were just going back and forth like, what's going on here in this jungle? Then that actually snowballs into this play because Odd Orange is level 3. Hard is still clearing the jungle level 2. So that's going to prompt the invade here. The smite comes down for HP from Hard. And then the stun from Mickey. The auto attack still connects. And then the flash Nom spits him over the wall. He flashes there to save him, but it'll cost Papa Chow afterwards. But they got the flash out of the Ashe, both summoner spells out of the Tahm Kench, the flash out of the Skarner, and they traded 2 flashes to do that and get first blood on top of it. That is actually an insane trade for TLA. We talked about the bottom lane over and over again, and even had them talking on tape, Odd Orange saying, we got to focus bottom lane, shut down Shoryu and Joey. They're pretty easy to shut down. We think ours is better. Now they have a large summoner spell advantage. So TLA, this is where they can push back and be more aggressive and show that this bottom lane isn't one that just gets pushed around or plays passively.
Fun fact, this is the 3rd game in a row that Team Liquid Academy has got first blood.
Oh, okay.
So they've been successful.
They have lost every game. They've gotten first blood in.
Yeah, but they've been successful at the outset of every game. So now what you look for is for them to keep that up. Because there were resources expended. Mickey did use the passive in that fight, otherwise he would have been the first blood. And now see how they play around that. He's very far behind in farm.
Yeah, and he does have to play even more passively at this point because of the fact that he doesn't have his flash and he's down in CS. So he has to kind of wait for these waves to crash. That gives Odd Orange priority in the jungle. Oh!
Odd Orange securing some of those Raptors. Coming around, Demonte has the Realm Warp to get in here. That's a level 3 Sejuani versus a level 6 Ryze.
Yep.
That's nothing but money for Demonte.
Absolutely. Man, that just sucks as a jungler where you're running around. That early invade put him so far behind. The second invade made it so that he takes even longer to do his camps. Now Odd Orange is going to be level 5, and Hard's still going to be that level 3 with no camps to take on his top side jungle or his bottom, save for Krugs, and that just feels like a...
That feels bad, man.
Ooh, that is the welfare jungle camp.
He's just going to walk around now, wait for that passive gold to trickle in because... Oh, that is not where you want to be. Even after he got first blood, losing so much of your jungle, like that 17 CS to 38. Odd Orange feeling good about this one. And you gotta like the confidence and the coordination from Echo Fox Academy to go for that as well. They're saying, look, we don't care that we're letting him know that we're here by taking the Skarner Spire. We know that if he comes to fight us, our Ryze has Realm Warp. Their Anivia has no defensive tools. They can't fight 2v2. They throw Sejuani under the bus.
Exactly, and the Skarner gets to pick on her because he has that early bully potential with having such a fast clear time. He's able to just get around, and the delayed clear time from Hard just makes it even more exacerbated. So Hard, he's going to have a really bad time here. Let's see when he hits level 6, though. We'll put it on the clock, because that was a 6-minute level 6 for Demonte. When is this Sejuani going to hit it? Over, under. Chat. 9 minutes over, under on Sejuani hitting level.
Type over or under.
Yeah. 9 minutes.
We'll see how well chat does on this one. But right now, I also want to point out the difference in jungling item between these two junglers, because you can see Hard going for the red smite, while Odd Orange goes for the blue. Blue being, of course, the playmaking tool, red being more of a dueling survival tool.
I hope chat picked under, because they would be wrong. I want chat to be wrong, because right now they're going to go invade.
I hope they pick the answer that makes them wrong.
Oh, no.
Hard's in some trouble. Demonte and Odd Orange move in. Hard level 4. Odd Orange level 6, Demonte level 7. Hard has the smite here.
And Odd Orange has ulti.
Demonte,
What?
want to go for this.
Come on.
Hard's just going to be dragged forward. Where is the respect? He's taken down immediately, but now the Gangplank ulti going to be looking for some more. Alorum goes over the wall, wanting to get right back over to the safety of his teammates. Viper's got one more Q, but it's not quite enough to do it just yet. The rotation from the Team Liquid Academy bottom lane. Odd Orange needs a little bit more damage to find the kill into Viper. Not quite able to do it. It's 2 for 1. The kills go over to Team Liquid Academy.
So, Hard sacrificed himself, this level 4 itty-bitty tiny baby Sejuani, gives himself up, and it's just a rotato to the top lane from TLA. With the bottom lane, that's a big win there for Shoryu and Joey to come up right in time and turn that fight around.
Shoryu and Joey showing up when their opponents are still just hanging out bottom lane, not attempting to follow that one at all. Now the TP back into the top side by Alorum, looking to clear out this wave. Viper's very low health, practically no mana. The knock up onto Joey. He might just.
What is going on?
Okay, Alorum manages to grab himself a kill as Joey ends up tanking the turret aggro, also getting knocked up into the air by the Rupture, soaks 3 turret shots, and turret first blood goes over to FOXA Academy.
Oh my god. So, he threw out a Q to mark Alorum, and it was like, let's just dive this Cho'Gath. And no, the answer is no. 100%. They don't have the damage for it. They don't have the focus for it. They can't get the GP in range, and that's just ridiculous.
Well, let's take a look at how the fight happened in the jungle.
Okay, so they pull the level 4 Sejuani in. She just gets blasted. Then this GP ultimate plus the stun from Mickey is huge. That Anivia stun is so hard to see in that moment, especially with all the other particle noise going on. And then, boop, out of nowhere, Shoryu shows up, and then Viper right here. Wow.
Barely walking away.
Joey doing work there. And yeah, we got to see this. All right, how many turret shots does it take to get to the center of a Braum? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And he's out of there.
5 licks, shots.
Well, either way, 5 is more than enough. They take him down, and that really seemed kind of hastily put together by Team Liquid Academy. I mean, your Gangplank didn't have enough mana to even fire a single bullet at the Cho'Gath. The kill potential's not there.
Like, at the same time, it's like, it's really good from Alorum to, like, throw down the Q in the Rupture, but it's like, the Braum tags him, walks up and goes, oh, no, okay, nobody, okay, sorry, guys. And, yeah, he gets hit by it afterwards. So it's good from Alorum to recognize the awful situation that Joey had put himself in, but Joey, come on, man. Wheeler.
You can't put yourself right there. Let's see how FOXA Academy going to play this one out from here, though, because they're going for a similar play to what we saw Team Liquid Academy do in the first game. Skarner onto the Ocean Break, but here's the difference, Zirene. This time, the Skarner's got backup.
That's all he needed in game 1. And yeah, this Skarner has the backup this time.
And their opponents have no tier 1 turret, so it's not safe to go up and contest that.
Absolutely. And the fact that that dive top lane, I'll call it a dive for the sake of, you know, making it sound better than it was, is they get the bottom turret first. That turret was first turret gold over to Lost and Papa Chow on the opposite side of the map. So even though they got those kills onto Shoryu and Joey, they still ended up getting about the same amount of gold here. Remember, this is a Klepto Ezreal. He should be a little bit further ahead than this, and he's not. And he's just behind slightly. It's kind of even at this point, though.
Lost and Papa Chow, we commented on how they didn't rotate over and how the rotation from Shoryu and Joey was critical in making sure they could punish that invade and not just allow the Sejuani to be bullied over and over and over and over again. But at the same time, I mean, they got turret first blood. Lost is feeling pretty comfortable with where he's at on this Ashe.
Yeah, and they didn't really have to fear Sejuani for a long time. I think he hit level 5 around 9 minutes. It was actually way over 9 minutes that he hit level 6. He just hit level 7 here. And he's pretty much like, this is the pace of the game where the jungler is just slightly ahead of the support and experience. And things went awfully wrong for you at the beginning of the game.
But the good part is, at least he's on a full tank like the Sejuani. You're not playing something like the Olaf that's going to hard fall off anyway, and you can't afford to fall behind. He's on one of the best types of champions to be on if you find yourself in this kind of an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, the experience mattered a lot, and as he catches up over time, it'll mean less and less that deficit he's in, so the gold actually matters for him, and getting that first blood is a big kind of boon. And so he is going to be mildly tanky come that mid-game with the red smite here so that he can absorb a little bit more damage in skirmishes. And we'll see what he's able to contribute, because Odd Orange so far in this series has been doing quite well. And now they've swapped the lanes, so it's much harder to actually get some action in on that bottom side. And Odd Orange, Predator there.
And was thinking about something. He
For the
has
board.
Flash available, but the thing is, so does Mickey. And Mickey has the wall, so it's pretty hard to make a play onto that Anivia, Flash or not.
Going for the blue buff again.
Deja vu.
Wait, here comes the bottom lane.
He'll drift right on out of there. Nope, not quite just yet.
TP
Ulti
from
comes
behind.
down, Odd Orange flashing away into the Realm Warp. Damonte sets him up to make the escape, and the TP will be for nothing. Team Liquid Academy goes for the 5-man punish there.
Yep.
Comes up 50-handed.
It's like, I got you, bro. Get in the party portal. Sends him right away. The flash in.
That's not the party portal.
was
That's
nice.
the Uber to get home after the party. He's just getting his buddy out safe.
Oh, man. Oh,
Hey, everybody, that's just as important as the party portal.
that is true. Get home safe.
Odd Orange gets to go home, go to sleep in his own bed. He's comfy, man. He is comfy right now as Viper goes after Alorum. He's got backup coming in the form of Hard on that Sejuani. Remember, no Sejuani ultimate available here, so the lockdown not going to be quite what it could. Alorum's got no help anywhere nearby, though. Flashes away, evades the damage for now, but he will be stunned up. The ulti is down. He'll surely fall. Tries to walk out, unleashes the feast, but can't quite get anything with it. That will be another kill picked up on the side of Team Liquid Academy. The dive coming in from Echo Fox here in the top lane, but it's quickly going to be turned around. Papa Chow having to flash out. Eats up Odd Orange as they both try to escape, but Papa Chow still may be in some trouble here. He gets stunned up, having to pop the cleanse. Papa Chow thrown under the bus of it.
Flash?
Echo Fox not trying to keep them alive, and a fail flash from Shoryu. Or Mickey. Which one was that?
That was
flash?
Mickey.
That was Mickey, okay.
I could read him
I saw two flashes.
I was like,
but,
he wants to flash that wall.
oh, okay, not Shoryu. Credit has to be given where it's due, but
Can we get a
Sure, use the flash
motion,
elsewhere.
as slow
Okay.
as possible
slow as possible. Mickey not getting over that wall. Very unfortunate, but they did, fortunately, pick up the kill here.
Yeah, they got Alorum on the bottom side, and then the TP came to make a play and counter a play on the opposite side of the map. So I really like this from TLA. They get this bottom lane going. They get Viper a little bit healthier here. He picks up that kill, goes over to him, and then the TP comes through to counter this play. Really good from Joey to block all that damage, shifts away before he can get grabbed as well. And the stun onto Odd Orange. Papa Chow eats him up. Shoryu flashes there, and then the heal comes through. The cleanse after. Papa Chow is just flirting with death, and Mickey, he's like, it was Joey's fat body. Joey's fat body was in the way.
Unlucky. We did see, yeah, Shoryu flashed earlier. That was 100% the Mickey flash.
Yeah, we had to cut the tape there. That's where you cut the montage.
Yeah. Give him the classic, but Echo Fox Academy is still up a little bit under 1,000 gold. Team Liquid Academy doing a good job of staying relatively even with them so far. Remember, they have the Gangplank for the scaling. Not quite that same hyper-scaling 80 carry they've had on the Kog'Maw the past couple of times.
Still, it's kept them safe. They've
Yeah.
been focusing the bottom side from Echo Fox Academy every single game, and if that wasn't an Ezreal, it would have been worse. And Mickey now,
Mickey tries to get away, but the arrow misses. Odd Orange wants to keep up this pursuit, but the lack of CC accuracy means Mickey gets away.
yeah, Mickey. Wow, that was 4 people on him, and he still gets away there. The wall splits him in half. He
Smooth
Moses' the team, dude. Splits him right down the middle, 2 and 2. And then the slow, he was able to just kind of limp away, and Odd Orange actually couldn't get to him.
Odd Orange now looking for Joey here. Goes for the stun, lands it, pulls him back, wanting to make sure they've got the lockdown, but instead it's going to be Odd Orange who's in some trouble. Papa Chow looking to keep him alive. Can't quite do it. Mickey's going to grab 1 kill, almost able to grab 2, but now he's in some trouble. Going to be knocked back into that 8 form, but once again, it comes in so clutch. Keeping him alive, buying time for the team to turn things around. And now Alorum stands alone in the enemy team, and Team Liquid Academy grabs 3.
You gotta watch out. Oh my God, that Rift Herald was getting a piece of the action. Everybody's in on this.
Trying to get in there. Team Liquid Academy coming out on top in these fights. Some sloppiness from Echo Fox Academy, not respecting the Anivia passive. And this lack of focus, this lack of coordination is giving Team Liquid the chance they need to get ahead in this game.
Yeah. So Shoryu is gonna go ahead and knock down this turret on the next wave if he has the time to do so. And man, that was a TP from Alorum to the top side. Viper now has TP advantage for a very long time here once that comes up. And we'll see what TLA is able to do with that, because they will have 2 teleports at their disposal before Echo Fox Academy get their top one back up.
Let's take another look at how this went down.
Yeah, look at where
GP onto Joey.
GP is at his tier 2 bottom at this start, and he just runs all the way up here. And like you said, the pick onto Joey was big, but Mickey just keeps this running. Odd Orange gets spat out.
Joey doesn't die.
He's already dead. Joey gets out. Alorum's like, all right, well, I got to focus this. And then this big old egg comes up. And then Shelly looks like Shelly's actually beating up Alorum, I think. Yeah, Shelly's giving him the fucking fists there. Just coming in, popping him.
Shelly was not happy with everybody having this fight right on her doorstep. Definitely not content with that one, but Team Liquid Academy feeling pretty good so far. Looking to grab the Drake for themselves. This will be their first Drake of the game. Ties that up 1-1 in terms of Oceans, too. I mean, this is a day of Ocean Drakes, Zirene. We are seeing so many of these this time around. 19 minutes into the game. A very, very slight edge in gold for Team Liquid Academy. We're talking 50 gold.
Yeah, splashing around in Ocean Drakes all day as well. Yep. Oh, yeah, they're just going to hand off this blue to Mickey. And Baron in 50 seconds here. Even gold across the teams, like you said. Where is this gold at? It's pretty much divided evenly except for that top and jungle where Viper, that's where you want the gold to be.
Exactly. That's exactly what Team Liquid Academy needs. We've talked so much in the first 2 games about how Viper, this carry for the side of Team Liquid Academy, has been effectively neutralized in games 1 and 2. In game number 3, we mentioned in Champion Select how they're saying, okay, it's not the pick, it's the way we played the game that's the problem. We're taking the Gangplank into the Cho'Gath again, and this time around, it's working out very well for them. 6 out of 7 kill participation. Trinity Force plus Ghostblade already done, and if you're looking at that Cho'Gath, yeah, he's got Righteous Glory. Yeah, that's an armor item. Is that a real armor item? Not really. There's not a lot of armor on that thing.
Yeah, I think that the lethality is more for he wants to be able to pop the squishies. He's not focused so much on the Cho'Gath here.
But he's still going to hurt that Cho'Gath.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately you want to be able to hurt him. You have % armor penetration on your barrels, so that's a big part of it. The lethality, though, I think is really kind of those people who you don't get with that % armor penetration, you can just bop them and get that Ashe really low.
Absolutely. The Ashe, the Ryze, who doesn't have a Zhonya's or anything like that at this point in time.
Even the Tahm Kench.
Tahm Kench, take him down, remove that ability to save someone else from some of the CC, some of the lockdown on the team. And I also want to praise Mickey this game because Mickey's done a great job of putting walls where they need to go. Yeah, he had the unfortunate flash in the top lane, but so good wall placement from him. The fact that he's also got his egg and his team is playing well around the fact that when he gets egged, they can save him. That's baited Echo Fox in for both the First Blood and the fight around the Rift Herald now. They're getting a lot of value out of that. Echo Fox Academy now needs to do the same thing that we've talked about Team Liquid needing to do in the first couple of games when they find themselves in a spot that feels like they're behind on momentum in the mid game. They need to staunch that bleeding. Oh, bonk.
Yep, interrupted. I mean, Shelly already did her work when she was bopping Alorum.
Can't have 2 value Shellys in the same game. Demonte shows up with the Realm Warp into bottom side, but Viper's like, okay, sure, I'll just walk away from
the wall.
Not too worried. Another good wall. Papa Chow with a very good response of his own.
Yep, eats him up, flashes away so that Lost doesn't get caught out. Lost didn't have his own flash, so the escape tool there from the support, absolutely necessary. And now Demonte, Alorum, everybody in attendance here, except for the GP. Viper's still pushing bot.
And remember, when Tahm Kench devours someone, his flash becomes a BOGO flash. You get to flash 2 guys away. Buy 1, get 1 free. You get both you and your buddy out of trouble for that 1 summoner spell, which is exactly what's able to shut down the playmaking potential there for Team Liquid Academy. As Viper pushes up in the side lane, we talked about the split push. We talked about how having this online is a critical win condition. That switch is in the on position.
And the counter here, the cleanse came out from Papa Chow, so both his summoners are down, but they're going to have to wait for that Sejuani ultimate from Hard. It's almost back up, and that'll give him some pressure on that Baron. What does Viper buy when he backs here? Because I think he has a decent amount of gold.
See exactly
BF
what direction this wants to trend towards. Likely going for that Infinity Edge, just to make sure that once those barrels hit, they hit hard.
Oh yeah, they hit really hard. And of course, when you buy the IE, you don't really have that much crit chance backing it up at first, but that signals to me he's probably going to go for something like a Phantom Dancer later, or maybe even
some Zeal Evolution.
Yeah, or maybe even just go for Essence Reaver, lots of AD, and then get the CDR on top of it.
or you could end up going for both. You still got enough item slots to facilitate 3 more items total. So we'll see how he decides to play that as the game continues to go onward. 23 minutes in. At this point in both previous games, Zirene, FOXA Academy had already got themselves a Baron. Team Liquid Academy shutting that down means this game will have a longer shelf life than the other 2 did.
Yeah, especially the 24-minute one we had as game 2 for FOXA Academy. But that's that mid turret going down, so all the outers are dead on the side of FOXA Academy, and that means the map becomes more open and available for TLA. And that ward in the back, sneaky little ward.
Keeping an eye on it, making sure that Team Liquid Academy doesn't try to do to them what FOX has done in the past couple of games. Drake won't be spawning for another minute, so nothing to fight over there, but the fight instead going to be forced here on the ramp into the jungle entrance of the side of FOX Academy. Odd Orange and Papa Chow having to run away. Papa Chow, no summoner spells, like you said, means Rampage for Mickey.
Yeah, they knew he had no summoner spells, the cleanse and the flash both down, and so that signals them to go. Not quite, though, from Joey on that one.
A little bit wide right.
But this is just such a weird situation to be in for TLA because you would want to do Baron, right, after you kill somebody. You can't do it against Cho'Gath.
No.
He's going to outsmite you. He's going to outnom. And now Damonte is shoving in the side lane, and they also have the Cho'Gath on the opposite side. Lost is just trying to kind of do wave clear duty here, make sure they don't lose the turret. And now Damonte versus Mickey.
1 versus 1, away from the minion wave. Damonte wants to get the hell out of Dodge, though. He knows backup is coming, and he's not looking to handle this fight in a 1 versus however many they bring. Alorum will continue the split push on the bottom part of the map as Viper's Gangplank rotates over to answer him, but Damonte is still here. They've set this up as a bait towards Viper to make him take a fight. He cannot win.
Yeah, he definitely cannot win that one. He even expends the flash, and he still gets feasted and dies. And that is huge. The GP, now he might lose his bottom tier 2 turret off this push. And then when he respawns, he won't have that flash, so the fights are going to be a little bit harder for him to take. And Lorem has his own, so even the 1v1 might get a little sketchy.
That was a very good decision made on the fly there from FOX Academy, thinking, okay, we can just get Rise out, or we can bait in the Gangplank.
Yeah, that was next level, where you go across the map there with the Realm Warp. And then it looked like they were just going to say, okay, let's not do anything more. But Viper, his rotation was not in a safe spot, and then it became pretty much no rotation's a safe spot because you're just like, how does he actually get to that tier 2 turret? He'd have to walk through mid, through his base, and get there.
The whole thing just becomes really sketchy at that point in time. And I do love seeing creative uses of global and semi-global ultimates. They're one of the most fun elements of League of Legends, I think, because you can use them in so many different ways. And that was a lot of fun to see that one. Team Liquid Academy, though, still with a 1,000 gold lead, 8-4 in terms of kills. 3-3 in terms of turrets after losing that tier 2 in the bottom side. Alorum grabbing this Spire, providing that extra control for FOX Academy, making so if they get into a fight around here, Odd Orange is going to be at maximum efficiency. He does have the Righteous Glory, he does have Flash, he does have Predator available. Every playmaking tool in his arsenal up and running for this Skarner. But you've also got to remember, there's QSSs on the Braum, on the Ezreal. Gangplank has a QSS built into the kit. The only people you can pull are the Anivia or the Sejuani, and the Anivia egg is also ready to go. Yeah. So even though you've got all that playmaking, ooh, it's still a tough one.
Yeah. You can also tell, like, fun little thing is that when the Anivia has that little silver portrait above her level, that means that the rebirth is available.
Wait, is that actually a thing?
The wings on the,
Today I learned.
Yep. Means it's available.
I thought it just meant she was a bird. Tier 2 under pressure. Team Liquid Academy pushing up. They'll take that one. Get themselves back up to a turret lead with it. 1,500 gold up over FOX Academy as they push on to inhibitor turret number 1. Damonte's Rise, no teleport. He's got Cleanse with the Summoner Spellbook. He can't rotate over to this. Alorum wants to come over now as well. Lost going to be taken very low. Gangplank ulti comes through. Lost still going to be kept alive. Viper in the trouble, but Alorum's able to come in. The aggro from the turret will finish off the Gangplank as Joey has to flash away. Damonte wants to come back to the base, changes out for the teleport, looking to come in from the side. He's found his way towards a ward. He wants to make this cutoff now. If they can chase Team Liquid Academy down here, they can make a hell of a punish. Damonte going to be forced off. The zone control of that Anivia pick so critical at so many points in this game.
Yeah, even in the sieges, it was huge with the wall on the left and then the R on the right. And Shoryu, oh, they're going to actually go after Alorum.
Alorum caught out in trouble. No way away from this one. Another big wall, and the Tom Kench can't save him. Team Liquid Academy finding exactly what the doctor ordered.
And now they're going to start pushing up that mid lane. That's the Cho'Gath dead, and it looks like right there, what's the call? Seems like they want to get that inhibitor down, not the Baron.
Inhibitor the target for now. Damaged health bars on Hard and Joey. Sure, you low on mana. Mickey's still in pretty much fantastic condition for himself. Lost will put a lot of damage into both Hard and Joey. The inhibitor falls. Team Liquid Academy getting everyone away for now. Lost gonna keep on slowing them. True Shot Barrage fired off. Team Liquid Academy will get everyone out, and that is a big gain for them.
Yeah, and right now Damonte is in that topside jungle. Viper's already half HP.
Using the orange as well.
And meets him at the crossroads.
Damonte finds him right here. The crossroads, baby. There you go. The rise damage.
Knew that the orange was down. There's no way he can escape. And that might be Baron. They have the Cho'Gath back up.
It's such a big pick onto the gangplank. That means no threat of the ultimate in the pit. You've still got this Cho'Gath that's so instrumental in securing these big objectives. Feast is ready to go. They do use that to secure the Baron. And now, once again, Echo Fox with that big neutral buff. Now putting them back in the gold lead. Inhibitor down, yes, but let's see how that all happened in the mid lane.
And they never get to reset from these fights. Watch this with the turret aggro when Viper goes forward. He gets the barrel chain, then the turret's aggroed onto him. He still has aggro, gets hit there. Still has aggro. He never drops turret aggro that whole time. It would require him to walk a little bit further forward, and he didn't want to do that because all the enemies were in front of him and he had nobody actually to kind of block for him. So after that death comes back, clears that top side, and then Damonte just rips him apart. Man, Rise on this patch, we knew he was going to be good with the Archangel staff, but he's just been ridiculous.
Force of nature, this guy right now.
And he gets a split push and gets solo experience as well. That's why he's level 17 to Mickey's level 15. People who get to spend time in a side lane actually usually hit the highest level in the game first. Like, fun fact for you, in professional play and also in solo queue, the person who hits level 18 first most frequently is actually top laners.
Because of the fact that they're always split pushing.
Yep, and mid laners usually wave clear and group with their team, but Damonte has that split push duty going for him, and so he's the highest level right now in the entire game.
Infinity Edge now complete on Viper's gangplank means that those barrels are going to be strong like we were talking about. Zeal Evolution coming out next. Warmog's done on Hard Sejuani so he can endure some of that poke. You can see both these mid laners starting to become cannons in their own right. Stopwatch for Mickey means he's going towards the Zhonya's to eliminate pick potential onto him, while those two needlessly large rods, by League of Legends logic, must build into a hat. And that means Damonte is going to have even more damage than already established before. Odd Orange coming in from the side, but instead it's actually going to be Alora maybe in some trouble here. Odd Orange not quite able to put himself in a spot he wants to be. Papa Chow caught on the wrong side of an ice wall, trying to get himself away now as Viper's ulti comes down. Papa Chow deleted. Echo Fox Academy runs for the hills as they throw their top laner to the wolves. Team Liquid Academy, a double kill for Viper.
And now everybody's going to back, or the remaining members of Echo Fox Academy are going to back and try to clear out mid and then maybe answer the bottom lane here. But TLA, they're going to just sweep the jungle, take everything in it, and then they're going to go for this bottom tier 2.
Team Liquid Academy, even though their opponents are ahead in terms of having the Baron, in terms of having the tempo, even a very slight gold lead, they're not afraid. They know they can take these fights. Again, these Anivia walls, I cannot praise Mickey enough for them. They're always where they need to be, and they're making the team fights so hard for Echo.
Exactly, and it is so annoying. And we'll see as they siege here how he sets up the wall. Puts the R on the left. If anybody tries to go on the right, he'll wall them off.
Still 7 more seconds on Alorum as well, so you know Echo Fox Academy isn't looking for a fight here yet.
Man, we talked earlier about how the game had already gotten to a point where there was no Baron taken in it, where before we had seen Fox take Barons at that 20+ minute mark. But this game, it's going to be a long one here because these walls, these team fights just keep going back and forth. The zoning and wave clear that Mickey has at his disposal, but then the split push that Damonte has is this push and pull. We're right there. Fox Academy, because they had Baron, said, all right, it's time to fight. We have an advantage. That's one where you just try to ham fist your advantage, and it's not going to work, right?
Yeah. I have to criticize Echo Fox Academy for going for the fight there. The team was split up. It seemed like they couldn't find a way onto their opponents who were grouped as 5, and even if they did, you're fighting in corridors that the ice wall blocks completely off. It just didn't seem like a sound call. It seemed like a rush decision, and Team Liquid Academy wisely punished.
And it seemed like they wanted to do it because Alorum didn't have his TP available, and now uses his flash, doesn't have that available, and another pick here for top laners.
Flashes for flashes. Alorum tries to make it a 1-for-1. He will take Mickey low, but that's all he'll get. It takes a lot to bring him down, but they still do it. And now Team Liquid Academy pushing up the bottom lane, 5 men strong. Echo Fox has to regroup quickly and try to defend.
And the Baron buff is gone, so these aren't even Baron buffed up minions on the side of Echo Fox that could stall this siege. And that's going to be possibly this inhibitor dropping, and that middle inhibitor is also one that's going to be in the eyes. But actually, Mickey backed. He does have TP.
The dream is alive for Echo Fox still. They only have 1 inhibitor down. But the greater dream is still alive for Team Liquid Academy, who, if they can secure the win right here, will be able to continue playing this series. They're still afloat. They've done a good job recovering, putting themselves in a spot where they're able to play this game wisely. Odd Orange coming around from the side. He's got the Dead Man's Plate. He's got Righteous Glory. The arrow comes in from downtown. Joey trying to keep himself safe here. Demonte on the flank, but the TP going to be used and canceled. No way into this now.
Oh, wait!
As they try to get themselves out. Abyssal Voyage coming in, but it gets canceled out. Joey popping that QSS, trying to get himself back. Sidesteps away from the rupture, but he is going to be locked down. A killing spree for Demonte. That's a pick for Echo Fox Academy, and now TLA are the ones who have to regroup.
That was all over the place with very tiny things going every which way. At the start of it, the TP that got canceled from Mickey was big, but then also the fact that they really tried to make that happen and try to force it was interesting, because I was looking at that going, okay, there's really no way they're going to be able to get out of this, because Joey had already used his cleanse, has to pop the QSS there as well. Let's see this one more time, because this is, yeah, the fact that Viper finishes his back is huge, because it's now a 3-man group instead of a 4-man. Demonte comes in, the TP comes through there, and then it looks like, all right, how are we going to do this? The ulti goes off, Papa Chow starts his, but the damage portion afterwards from the Sejuani ultimate breaks the Abyssal Voyage. They thought he was still coming. Shoryu throws out that Q, like, all right, I gotta hit him here. And yeah, that's just a complete stun lock there. Ends up killing Joey, even when he had used Cleanse previously and then the QSS.
This game is so back and forth, easily the closest one we've had so far today.
Back and forth, but like you said, it is extremely close.
And there's no way to know from here who's going to win. It's just going to come down to who plays it correctly.
And it's funny because playing it correctly comes down to a lot of things, but these compositions, Echo Foxes has better control of Baron. They have the Abyssal Voyage, they have the way to get in with the Realm Warp, and then they have the Cho'Gath. But then there's better wave clear and easily accessible wave clear from TLA with a disengage AD carry, and then a way to kind of split fights with their top laner and their mid laner, right? They have multiple ways to kind of break up these fights with AoE abilities. So Fox kind of want to have a split push going for them and then collapse on Baron, but like TLA really want to have just full-on 5v5 fights. And even if they pick somebody, though, off those fights, if it's not the Cho'Gath and the Skarner, it's like we're never doing Baron, right? And you just wave clear and you kind of stall with the Anivia. So it looks like it's going to be a bit of a long one, but hold on, trying to change that.
Team Liquid Academy wants to go in. It's Papa Chow keeping that teammate alive again. Odd Orange having to run away from that one. Lost, also taken low off the side here, but Demonte is split pushing in top lane, and Team Liquid Academy doesn't find anything off their engage.
Exactly, they want to have Demonte have time alone here. This banner of command is actually from Papa Chow, who dropped one off in the top side.
But can Demonte get away? If you lose your Rise, that's actually
got a realm warp. Got a realm warp like now, because Anivia's
try to get out. The wall comes in. Demonte, smooth criminal.
Man, that is actually so risky, because Mickey landing that Q would be huge, or even just sectioning him off of it with the wall would get your flash. But Demonte, he dances with death there, and he comes out on top.
I am so glad we removed the thing with Zhonya's Hourglass and Rise. Previously, you just get to see, okay, he went gold and he walked away, but those kinds of outplays and how to properly go about that mechanically to still get yourself away, oh, that's so fun to see.
The Baron started up here from TLA. I didn't think they would do it unless, yeah, they're not going to do it. It's just a bait.
They're tempting fate. Ice Wall thrown out to disengage this one. Alorum still able to find the knockup with the Rupture. They want to capture the Skarner Spire as well, give Odd Orange that extra movement speed. Minions pushing up in the bottom part of the map here too. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Super minion pressure. Very real issue. Lost, having to pop the QSS, get himself away over the wall. True Shot Barrage won't find him. Papa Chow staying real close now without that summoner spell. Lost his extra vulnerable. And Team Liquid Academy move on to the Baron yet again. Demonte's nowhere nearby. He doesn't have a TP. Team Liquid Academy making the call to finish here.
So low.
The ice wall is down. The Baron is gone. And Team Liquid Academy gets what they came for.
Yeah, that ice wall was fantastic, stopping them from getting in and even warding or checking it. So they can't see how low it is. Means that Alorum can't really find a way in either. And I think the blast cone is up, but nobody was really able to get in position for it. So that was smooth from TLA. I didn't expect they'd get a Baron without having a fight that just went completely in their favor. But they managed to sneak one using the fact they had the bottom inhib down and the rotation.
13 turrets between the two teams, 19 kills, 3 Drakes. So much combat, and yet we're still only 100 gold apart. It might be bigger here soon. Alorum in some trouble. Papa Chow again with a clutch save, protecting his teammates from sheer death. Demonte off to the side, ready to flank in case TLA decides to do more with this. Coming up from behind, just trying to keep those minions away. Odd Orange will make it back into the base, but the inhibitor just drops again automatically. That's a big bonus there for Team Liquid Academy, who have the inside track on the mid lane inhibitor now as well, and they'll use that to gain even more map control, even more free pressure, as Echo Fox can't respond in time.
Yeah, but the gold is still so even now, and that Baron buff is going to wear off at about the time that the Elder Dragon comes up. So the inhibitors, getting them now is important for TLA, and they're going to want to push a little bit further. They're going to back reset, but they really do want to push another lane, push that top lane S5 for the next minute and a half, and then immediately go bottom. I feel like you even do this for like 2 waves, for like just a minute, and then you get to the Elder.
Elder Dragon could very well be the thing that breaks this game. We're starting to see...
Yeah, you can see they're like, wait, what's the timer on that thing? Okay, never mind. You do it, Viper. We all go and set up the dragon.
You can see full build starting to be hit for a lot of people.
Yep.
A lot of people. Viper's been there for quite a while now. You can see Demonte also sitting on those 6 items with his Rise.
Whoa.
Mickey very close here too.
The red buff Rise.
Got to give him every resource possible.
Scary.
Every resource possible.
Maybe that was for a gold break point because he still has to buy that one last item here.
The Rise?
Oh, sorry. I was looking at the Anivia. My bad. It was like... I'm so used to it being the other way around.
I was like, season
season
8, 7 items?
My bad.
Full fight matter. Might be breaking out very soon though. Team Liquid Academy, they know they've got Demonte on the flank. Sure, you nearly deleted. The arrow comes in. Joey popping the clips, keeping himself alive through that. When they mount the counterattack, Odd Orange gonna be taken low, but it's Joey down first. Echo Fox have found one. Team Liquid Academy wants to get out after that, and the siege will be broken.
Yeah, that was the Rise taking away TLA's red buff, so he's just trying to take away all the resources. Thought he was on the other side, doesn't really matter that much, but now he's flanking Demonte
on the other side. Hard might be in some trouble. It doesn't matter how tanky he appears to be, but Demonte also going to be taking a lot of damage from the GP, and he's shut down. Viper with a clutch pick.
Beautiful wall there from Mickey to section off all 4 of the other members of Echo Fox Academy they were pursuing. They just get stopped dead in their tracks, and now they have to defend their base.
Team Liquid Academy feeling fantastic about the position they're in right now. The Baron buff still ticking for another 10 seconds. 1 inhibitor turret left to take. They don't have to deal with that incredibly powerful Rise. Papa Chow now going to be the target. Alorum might be in some trouble here as well. The TP coming in, so it's a 5-man push. Joey has rejoined the team. They may look to make the win happen right here. Nexus turret number 1. Half HP, Team Liquid Academy looking for their first win of the series, taking Odd Orange incredibly low. True Shot Barrage comes out. Viper goes on a rampage. Papa Chow keeping Lost alive, but Echo Fox has nowhere to turn. Team Liquid Academy will not stop today. They continue pushing towards those Nexus turrets. Number 2 is down, the Nexus itself the next target, but the health bars are critically low. Papa Chow kept alive by the thick skin. Lost goes down, Demonte comes back in. It's not gonna matter, ladies and gentlemen. Team Liquid Academy takes us to game number 4.
We have a series on our hands, guys. This was really back and forth. Honestly, this was just pretty much even the whole time, coming down to that last moment where the wall comes off from Mickey. They catch Demonte, the guy who was escaping every single time, and they were finally able to pin him down, and that was the game there. Demonte pretty much comes up right at the end, but he just gets to watch the Nexus fall.
Mickey walls, Mickey walls, Mickey walls. That is the story of this game. You take those out of the equation, the game's not the same. What an incredible performance by Team Liquid Academy.
And they picked that Anivia as one of their last picks. It was the GP Anivia, and they had already let Cassio Azir get picked away. They first picked the Sejuani and allowed the Ryze to go over, which is usually a no-no on this patch, where it's like Ryze is incredibly powerful. We saw Damonte kind of showcase that power in a lot of these split pushes and these skirmishes, but then that Anivia with the zoning, preventing the team fights from happening, and even making their team fights go in their way. So Mickey, really big performance in this game, and he needed to have that.
And Fox had some of the same problems this game that we've criticized Team Liquid Academy having in the previous couple of games. They got over-aggressive. Here, 8 minutes into the game, you can see Team Liquid Academy getting a 2-for-1 in the river.
Yeah, this was the level 4 Sejuani getting pulled in by an ultimate from the Skarner. This was so long ago that it feels like it was a previous game where the Sejuani was so far behind that the Ryze was taking over the camps. But then this rotation here, this is an unexpected rotation from the Ezreal and the Braum to come up from the river, come up from the mid lane, and make that rotation that early on in the game.
We already talked about Mickey a little bit. I talked about how his walls were so game-changing, but early on, it was his egg that set his team up for success, both baiting in the first blood, as well as this play later on, 17 minutes into the game, a 3-for-0 in the river because they can't scramble the egg in time.
Same place. This is where all the action was happening on this top half of the map. Joey gets out, and then the flank comes through from Alorum, and he decides, I can't reach Joey, time to go after Mickey. They get him in the egg form, but they can't finish him off. And then Shelly gets a piece of this, starts beating up Alorum, and then the rest of the team just protects him, and he does not drop there. Able to throw everything as soon as he gets out of the egg.
And we mentioned time and time again how close the game felt the entire time. Even with Team Liquid getting ahead in these types of fights, it wasn't like Echo Fox was out of the picture. But even when Echo Fox seemed like they had control, Team Liquid Academy held the line. 31 minutes in, they make a 2-for-0 in the mid lane.
Yeah, this was one that was started off by Echo Fox with the arrow, and it looked like they wanted to have Damonte come down and then have this 5-man fight. But it's really, Sejuani is keeping 2 people on the side occupied. Damonte really doesn't get to do anything in this fight. He comes around eventually, but it's like Papa Chow's dead, Alorum's dead, and he couldn't find a way in. So that fed Ryze was not able to find any way to affect that fight. And that was kind of the winning formula, is what can we do about the Ryze? And when you can pick a fight when he can't join, that's perfect for TLA. And then the other fights where they were able to section him off was kind of the best one, best scenario.
And let's fast forward a little bit now towards the end of the game, because the Ryze helps them set up a pick and then goes too far forward on the flank. The rest of the team is walled off, and this ends the game.
Yeah, this right here was Shoryu getting chunked at the start, and then they lose Joey. So it looks like full retreat here. Just go back, full reverse for TLA. Mickey kind of sticks around. And then Ryze is actually just walking all the way around. He's gone from the red buff to the tri-brush. He's here to kind of go after whoever he can find. Then this wall here, whew, stops all 4 of them from joining. That is an MVP wall right there.
You've got to be thinking about this Anivia in these next games if you're Echo Fox Academy, because that pick just completely changed the flow of the game. I don't care how many times I've got to say it, Mickey did work.
Yeah, and that is not a player heart rate monitor. That is the gold graph for the game. Up and down, just back and forth. And at the very end, trailing right up into that blue.
Which is where Team Liquid Academy had to be to keep this series alive. Now it's 1-2. They've still got to win a couple more, but they're on the right track. And like I say, for me, that's a big telling sign of this team being in a place where they need to be, that you can go down 2-0 and rally. Because a lot of times, if you don't have that strong mental game, if you don't have that fortitude to be able to forget about what went wrong in the first couple of games and focus on the here, focus on the now, focus on this important win, you can easily just fall into that whole snowball effect and go on a landslide all the way down into a 0-3.
Exactly. You have to focus on the game that you're currently playing. Can't get ahead of yourself. Like we talked about at the very beginning, it was triple match point for Echo Fox over TLA. And if TLA even think about that, it's going to put them in a really bad place mentally. Now, it's only double match point. Still bad, but you want to bring it back, right? They were able to beat you 2 times in a row. You can do that pretty easily to them, showing in that one game that you just had as TLA that this is not as one-sided as, you know, chat had thought it was.
Yeah. I'm actually interested to see what chat is going to end up thinking about this one, because we saw, okay, let's remember, game number 1, chat says 40% for Echo Fox. Game number 2, 55 for Echo Fox. Game number 3, 75 for Echo Fox. But now that Liquid strikes back, we get to see how many of them are in your camp, people who legitimately change their minds based on new information given, and how many people are dirty flip-floppers.
Yeah. Also, it's kind of cheating. They get to do their predictions after Champion Select.
Yeah.
We usually have to do ours before. So.
There's a reason you're on the desk.
I don't
I don't know.
Well,
we can't bring all of Twitch chat on the desk either.
That's true. I would like
I don't know if
the
they'd behave well
after.
enough.
That would be nice. Yeah.
I don't think so.
I mean, I pretty much behaved like Twitch chat today, so it's not going to be much better if we get them on the desk.
Well, maybe sometime in the future. The technology isn't quite there yet to bring all of you guys on the desk, sadly. It's just going to have to be us continued now for the time being, but as we continue going on, there's more league action coming up after the break. Stay tuned to see if Echo Fox Academy advance to the finals, secure that in the next game, or if TLA will take us to a full 5-game series. Don't you go anywhere.